What's up, everyone? Sniper here for the Verdict MMA main event breakdown. Going to talk UFC Vegas 63, Marina Rodriguez and Amanda Lemos. Before we start, please smash that like and subscribe buttons. Appreciate that very much. And make sure, more importantly, you go to Verdict MMA, download the Verdict app, and play their new fantasy game. You know I'm a fantasy player. Make sure you're playing tournaments. They have options for the main and co-main event only, or the main card. Just pick winners. No salary cap. Really have been enjoying it. Make sure you check that out. But let's dig into the main event. Marina Rodriguez is a minus 210 favorite. The comeback on Amanda Lemos is plus 180. I'm going to do a tail of the tape for this one. Marina Rodriguez, 5'6", 65-inch reach. Amanda Lemos, 5'4", 65-inch reach. She's a little bit shorter, which I think could play a factor in this fight. We'll get to that in a minute. Marina Rodriguez, her average fight time in the UFC is 14 minutes, 54 seconds. So usually sees the scorecards and has been in some 5-rounders before. Amanda Lemos, 7 minutes is her average time. Typically, Amanda Lemos is actually the more accurate striker, which is weird. But Marina Rodriguez her defense numbers are higher up. More likely to grapple would be Amanda Lemos, averaging a little over one takedown per 15 minutes, whereas Rodriguez's takedown defense is 65%. In the last few fights, Marina Rodriguez on a 4-fight win streak. Last time out against Yan Xiaonan via split decision, very close fight. Before that, really kind of routed Mackenzie Dern over 5 rounds. Amanda Lemos coming off her submission win over Michelle Waterson-Gomez. Before that, a loss to Jessica Andrade, and prior to that, she had won 5 straight. So that's kind of the Tapology or wiki, kind of recap. But that's, the form of the fighters coming in, which is important to look at. In terms of prediction, I'll give a prediction first and then go into the fight breakdown. My prediction for this fight, Amanda Lemos via round 2 KO, going with the dog here. Risky pick, I get it. It's a plus 180 dog. Kind of my logic to this one. What could be a very, very close fight. My pick in this one is, especially in Verdict, you're not going against the line so much, although you get a higher multiplier for playing Lemos because most people are taking Rodriguez. So that is something to factor in. I think it's actually a very close fight on the feet. I think there's a little bit of recency bias here in people counting out Lemos because of her, that loss to Jessica Andrade. Marina Rodriguez got a couple decisions. The Yan fight was really close. I just think it's a close fight on the feet. Rodriguez, like I said, is more defensively responsible, but I think Lemos is going to have a little bit more volume. Rodriguez really has to keep this fight on the outside. But between the volume, and I think Lemos might go back to her grappling here. If anyone's going to get, have any grappling success, it will be Lemos. Rodriguez got decent takedown defense, has come along, in her career. She shorted up a little bit, but I think that's a path for Lemos here. So you got a really close striking affair where the volume, landing the harder strikes too. Lemos is going to land the harder strikes, even if Rodriguez kind of turns those past numbers in her favor, which is totally possible. In her type of fight, I think even in Rodriguez's type of fight, Lemos is going to be landing the bigger, harder strikes. Mix that in with the grappling. I think there's a lot of ways Lemos can get this done. I'm going round 2 KO for the specific. I like Lemos's power. I think at some point the hands are going to come down. Ground and pound is possible if you get the takedown, or Rodriguez might drop the hands, having to defend some of these takedowns. It is a really close fight. If it plays out at range, Rodriguez obviously live. She is a favorite for a reason, but I'm taking the stab on the underdog for all of those reasons I just mentioned. I do think it is a much closer fight than the line indicates. Give me Amanda Lemos to pull the upset in the UFC Vegas 63 main event. No matter what you're playing, fantasy-wise or betting, good luck in your contests or bets. Cash those tickets. I'll see you next time.